Hey, welcome back to the Crossroads Diecast Speed Shop. I'm Skip, and it looks like today the guys are bringing our next project into the shop. It's going to be this Tri-5 55 Chevy Gasser. It's going to be the car that we use for the 4 Horsemen St. Patrick's Day build. So let's get this thing off the truck and into the shop. All right, we're in the shop and we've got our Tri-5 55 Chevy Gasser all taking apart. Again, this is going to be the car that I use for my 4 Horsemen St. Patrick's theme build for the month of March. The 55 Chevy Gasser has been around since about 2013. It's come out in a lot of different liveries. I've got several of them in different colors, even in the same livery, but different colors. One of the last year's, I think, was the Tri-5 Terror. This yellow one, and there was also a light blue one as well. And I've also got a Real Riders, one Real Riders, the black hole one as well. Those are real cool cars. I really like them. But I've got several of these green ones, so I figured that'd be a great one to use for my March St. Patrick's Day build. Again, body, like I say, it's brand new. It's out of the blister, and I've already got it drilled and tapped. And along with that, we have the base. Sorry about the camera. The base is just a normal 55 Chevy Gasser base. Maybe we'll do a little detailing. Windshield's green, but since it's St. Patrick's Day, and that's going to be one of my colors, I don't think that's going to be a problem. Haven't decided yet on the interior what I'm going to do on that. If I'm going to take and strip it, put it in the super clean and strip it, or if I've got something else to plan. So I'm going to take some time to think about that, and we'll look at that in a little bit. Had these old gray 5-spokes on there, which we're not going to use. We'll get some other, I got some other cars from tires, I should say, from Sam Ed Wheels that I'm going to use on this car. Well, so let's get along with our project. Okay, now that I've got the casting on my little 55 Gasser all stripped, and I've sanded it down and filed the casting lines and cleaned it up a little bit with a scouring wheel, Scotch-Brite wheel. I'm going to put some flits on there. You don't need to use a whole lot of this flits, and again, you can. There's several other polishes out there too that you can use to do this. I use flits. Flits last a long time. This actually is, the second tube I've had in like 2 years' time, and and I've probably done a couple hundred cars, I think, in that time, and so that's pretty good, I think, for just a little bit of flits on there, and then I use one of these wheels right there. And for cleaning and just go over it low speed as you can, and just go real slow. And it's going to be a little bit, it might even be a little dark at first. Well, these felt wheels work really nice, I think. And then just go back and forth over it. You can start to see some of the shine is starting to come out. Just slowly go over it. I kind of like the felt wheels a little bit because you don't get quite as much little bit debris and stuff flying off as you do with some of the other buffing wheels that are out there. But again, they work, and either one, whatever is your preference to do that. And so you can see there, it's really shined up. It shined up really, really well. And we're going to continue to do that. Might even do another. I'll finish it up off camera, and we'll be back. Well, here we are with our Gasser build for the 4 Horsemen Diecast. And something I'm trying to do here is to do something a little bit more detailed on these gasser cars is to put in spark plug wires. I've done this in a couple other cars. You can see on this 55, you can see this one comes out a little bit better. I don't know why you can see this one a little bit better than on this one. You can see the spark plug wires that I've put in there. What I usually do is I take and cut some of this, get some of this 24 gauge wire. I like the green. I use the green, but you can use anything and the green because I usually have to use it for something around Christmas time. So, and then what I do is I take a pin vise and using a little bit larger bit. I think this is maybe a 5/64, but I'm not quite sure. I can't quite read the number on the drill bit, but it's a little bit bigger. And then I push the wires up through. I cut 8 wires about equal length and push them up through a hole that I drill in the back. Some guys actually will put them together and make almost like a little bit. It looks just like a distributor cap or a distributor in there. And they usually take a little piece of aluminum tubing and glue it together. I've tried that a little bit, but it does rub against the firewall. So I found that this kind of works just as well as far as the detail. And then what I do before I start, after I get the hole drill for there, I take a little bit smaller bit. And again, I'm not sure what the size this is, but it's about the size of the wire dimension. And I put it in here along the bottom of the engine to put the wires through, like I have. I fed those through. You can see right there on that, and it's just kind of a neat way just to kind of do a little bit more detail on your car engine and stuff like that. And just another fun little tip to try. So let's move on. Okay, we're going to put some decals on our gas here. One of the things I like to do before I use some of this micro set, take a little cotton swab. Just put a little bit on there. That makes it a little bit easier for the decals to lay down on the car. And after I put it into some water, there we go. Just kind of use the swab to go over it, take out any of the air bubbles. And then what I'll do is I'll go over it with some of this micro sol afterwards. That softens up the decal, makes it kind of set a little bit better. And you can see like a little bit of the edges there. I like to leave that little bit there when I'm putting them on because that way it helps you to get the decals where they need to go. And then afterwards, after the micro sol and stuff dries, then you can go in and you can take a nice sharp X-Acto knife and just trim that out and it'll be fine. But do that before you clear coat too, and it makes it a lot easier. So let's move on.
A few moments later.
All right, we're back and we have our little 55 gasser all ready. It's part of our Irish St. Patrick's Day build. Took the base and added some nice gold Samad 5 spokes to that. I'm really happy with the way this interior. I didn't do much as far as stripping the interior, but what I did do, if you can see, is I added the spark plug wires, and also I added some furls. I had to cut them down a little bit, but I glued them on there, so it makes it look like better carburetors and stuff there than just the little things that stick up there in the original casting. And of course the base got painted a nice retroflame, and took in, added some decals, Luck of the Irish decals from Second Chance Red Lines, and get that detailed up. So let's get this thing put together. And here's my entry for the Four Horsemen March 2024 St. Patrick's Day build. It's a 55 Chevy Gasser. I painted it retroflame gold and added Luck of the Irish decals. Both those things are from Second Chance Red Lines. I then coated it with Diecast Graveyard's 2K Clear. The wheels are gold 5-spokes from Sam Wheels. I had a lot of fun detailing this car. Besides the headlights and the taillights, I added ferrules to the top of the blower to accentuate the carburetor. And if you look real closely, you can see the spark plug wires too. I really had a lot of fun with this build, and I hope you liked watching it too. I'm looking forward to seeing everyone else's builds, especially those of the Four Horsemen that are doing that. And on behalf of Paul at Diecast Graveyard, Andrew at Maple Leaf Customs, Tom at Spork Syndicate, and myself, I want to invite you to join in on these builds. April's theme is mini monster trucks, so get started now and be sure to send a clear photo of your build on a white background to fourhorsemendiecast@gmail.com on the last day of the month, so you can be included in a recap video that we will do later in the month. For those who are regular participants, you can earn horseshoes that will be displayed with your photo, a bronze for 6, a silver horseshoe for 12, and a gold horseshoe for 24. And as always, God bless, and thanks for stopping by the shop.